Good morning. Happy Monday. How you doing? This is Jan from New York City. Channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. And I truly love to help people keep some more of their own hard-earned money. And when you keep it, you get to do different things with it. That's why I say keep. Sometimes I say save. Sometimes I say keep. You'll figure it out one day when you're making a decision with all the money that you kept from following some habits. Going to talk to you today in about 1 minute or less about how in 2023, how cheap and frugal living sounds like for me. Hang on a second, be right back. If it was back in, I don't know what month, but definitely in 2022, I did a similar show about how cheap and frugal living sounds like for me, because other channels do it as they look like. But you know something? Because mainly my channel is an audio style show channel, I'm going to say sound like. I rely on you to continue to use the theater of your mind, the theater of your mind. Just imagine, just imagine. Okay, so I wake up in the morning. This is 2023. Typical day in the neighborhood for me. So I wake up early. Early is my natural time to wake up. For me to wake up late, something is seriously wrong. Okay. Probably not feeling well. I don't remember the last time I woke up terribly late. I don't even remember even when I'm unwell, I don't think I wake up late. It's just one of those things for me. That's the internal clock that the good Lord gave to me. So I'm an early person. However, as mentioned many times in prior videos, not necessarily an evening person. All right, so the first thing that I do is I stagger over to my hot pot. Well, I call it a hot pot, but basically it is a boiling water kettle, the kind you just press down and makes your hot water. It is the greatest thing ever. I'm telling you, in that company, Hamilton Beach, I don't get a din dime for mentioning the company, just to mention Hamilton Beach makes good stuff. That's all I'm saying there. I've had this thing for a little while. I've had it for a little while. So I wake up and I stagger over there, but it's okay because the night before, okay, I already filled up the pot with water. So all I have to do is click down. Now, I have sort of like a kind of sort of makeshift coffee bar ready, if you will. And already my stuff, my equipment is ready and waiting for me. My instant coffee, of course. I have this concoction that I'm like really into right now. So as you know, I kind of like hot chocolate, right? And I also like powdered creamer. So I put together this concoction and it tastes really, really nice in the morning. I like it. I take one not so heaping teaspoon of instant coffee, flavor of choice. I take another teaspoon of, let's say, your favorite cocoa powder mix, hot chocolate mix, 1 teaspoon. And I take 1.5 teaspoons, because I like the creamy note to it, of powdered creamer. I put those three powders together, if you will, in my cup. The water has boiled. Voila, ta-da, instant coffee. I didn't go out and spend $5, $6 for a cup of coffee. To me, that is highway robbery. To me, just saying how I live, no judgment. If, hey, listen, you want to pay that much? That's great. You have it. Good for you. But for myself, doesn't really, I don't know, doesn't make it for me. I'm sorry. I just don't want. Then I take a fast glance to perhaps double check on my stuff to see if anybody left a comment from the previous video or the night before, because I like to stay on top of my comments. That is just something that I do. Okay. And then, the drill, shower, brush teeth, all that stuff. I do all that very, very fast. One, two, three. I don't take long showers. Okay. So long showers, I don't want to take long, long showers because once you're clean, you clean is really no reason standing there extra time. I also don't like to waste time, but I don't get into time management because unfortunately, nobody seems to care about it. Okay. Oh, I do want to mention something that I used to do that I do not do. I do not do. There was a time that I know I'm going to hear it. I used to actually use bottled water to make my morning coffee at one time. And that was ridiculous. All these things have changed greatly, not every time, once in a while, because it is expensive. But that's one of the things that has changed. I do not use bottled water. I have a couple of cases in case there's an emergency that requires that the water in the city is shut down. But by making one change and getting that little like $25 pitcher to filter my water and just replace the filter every couple of months, what a savings in so many ways. And I definitely have talked about this like recently on some no frills videos. Okay. So this is some of the cheap stuff that I do. Okay. All right. So instead of going to expensive places, this is a typical day. I will hear about it from friends of mine that do go to expensive places. They invite me to expensive places, but I turn it down. So that's like part of my decision. I just don't. Okay, so back here for a second. Okay, laundry. No longer are the $20 a week laundries picked up here and delivered. I considered that a luxury, but when I did the math, what is so luxurious about spending $80 to $100 a month out of my pocket just because somebody else folded my clothes for me? No, 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 no. So, as most viewers on my channel know, I invested very not much money into buying a portable washer and spin system. It comes together, and let me tell you something. That was one of the best little smart investments. And you want to hear the cutest part of all? Just have to mention it. Talk about cheap and frugal. Goodness gracious. That was thanks to holiday gift cards that my sweet friends and family had given me. What I do, this is part of the cheap and frugal thing. When I get those gift cards to that very, place that I love to get things from, because I'm pretty much happy with the stuff I get in their service, I collect them. Okay. It's not like, oh, let's say I get a $100 gift card. I don't immediately spend it, or I'll make a partial if I really want or need slash something at that moment. I will make a partial purchase. Okay. So what I was doing, and I do this every holiday season, okay, especially holiday season, I accumulate them. So, a person could do this. This is a really good method. You could accumulate a couple of, $1,000, for example, of gift cards. Let's say you have a whole bunch of friends and family that send you like $100 gift cards or $50 gift cards or 20, whatever, $25. They all add up. I treat it as money because it is money. This is part of the cheap and frugal methodology. I don't have to take you on an apartment tour to explain this methodology. So, with the holiday season upcoming, you could throw a hint or two or three or 10 to your favorite friends or relatives that those types of gift cards are most welcome. So, like I said, I accrue them. Some people accrue them for the whole year. I know literally of someone who accrued a whole bunch of them in the last 12 months and hasn't touched it yet. And apparently one day we'll make a decision to use some of it at some point when that person's ready to do it. All right, eating. All right. Okay. Now, there's pizza and there's pizza. Don't get me wrong. Outside pizza could be great and all this and all that. It all depends. I'm not going to buy for myself. Everybody's situation in life is different. I am not going to buy for myself a $20 pizza pie. Now, don't get me wrong. I could do that if I wanted to. And I could just, and this is actually not a bad idea, maybe on a splurge for special pizza. I could cut it up, all the slices, wrap it up individually, and freeze them for the future. Yes. But I customarily don't do that. So what I do is I put together my own style of pizza. I love making my pizza on pita bread, Pita. I know of a place in the city that their crust is so thin, you would think that it's almost like pita bread, Pita on the bottom. And I'm like, well, why should I spend extra on that when I have, my own Pita bread that I love to buy pita bread and make my own with just very little sauce and just like take some of that shredded mozzarella that comes in so handy, and I get the store brand and has like 4 cheeses to it type thing. And I throw it on and I slap it like for a couple of minutes in my air fryer. So good, so yummy. So in other words, I make food swap outs. I didn't go to the expensive pizzeria. I didn't even buy the frozen one. This one is freshly made. So I'm totally happy with that. If I want, I could purchase some pepperoni slices and toss that on if I want, or if I rather use the sliced mushrooms, which I love, 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 love. Sliced mushrooms on pizza to me is absolute heaven. Just saying, just saying. Okay, so let's continue on my cheap and frugal lifestyle. I pay my bills on time. Thankfully, I'm grateful to be able to. Okay, I just like, to me it's imperative, pay your bills on time, sometimes even a little earlier, because I want to avoid this nasty thing called late fees. I don't like late fees. It's like throw it to me, it's like throwing my money in the garbage can. This is why it is so very important to be mindful, of our expenses. And that's part of it too. I love to track down my expenses. Okay. So being cheap and frugal, I keep an eyeball as to where the money is going. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? So paying bills on time is essential. I don't like to keep a lot of things. I mentioned this on previous videos. I'm not a thing person. I rather have less things as I got older. The more things you have, the more things you have to take care of, the more things you have to worry about. No, no, no. As I got older, part of my cheap and frugal lifestyle is I don't want to keep a lot of things. So therefore, I have shed a lot of things, and I'm still working on it. There's still a little bunch of of shedding that has to go around. And then finally, I keep what I have as long as I can, and I repurpose some of the things that I really, really, really love and really have difficulty parting company with. I will ask myself, do I have to? This thing has served me so well. Is there something else I could do before it parts company? Before, and if at some point I have to part company and kiss it goodbye, I thank it. And if I really feel like I'm going to miss it, I could always take a picture of it. This is what a cheap and frugal person does. This is what we do. Okay. I choose not to dine out. Okay. That's another thing, part of my cheap and frugal lifestyle. Like I said, I get the invitations, but I choose not to dine out. And by the way, takeout is also included in my mind's eye of dining out. If I can make it or duplicate this thing at home, or just forego it. I have learned the art of saying no to things. Sometimes in life, you just say, no. It's like part of my cheap and frugal lifestyle. I could go on another hour and a half, but I don't want to waste your guys' batteries on your phone. So, but this is just an example, typical for me. Hey, let me know in the comment section below. What do you include in your cheap and frugal lifestyle? Thanks so much for being here. If you found any value in this video, don't forget to smash down the like button. I really appreciate everyone's time. Have a great day, everybody. Take good care. Bye-bye.